Hi, welcome to Nurture Wellness and my 21 Days of Self-Care video series. Today we're talking about chest opening exercises, and particularly our muscles that are quite well known as our pecs. There's one called the pec major and one called the pec minor, and we're going to talk about those today, what impact they have on our posture, what conditions they can lead to if they're out of alignment, and how we can help to prevent and manage that. Our pec major is located under our collarbone and goes across the chest and attaches onto our arm. So we can easily get a stretch of that muscle anytime we take our arm back behind us. You've sometimes seen and probably done doorway stretches where you lean forward in the doorway will get your pec major really well. Or holding your arm on a wall and turning your body away will stretch that really nicely. Underneath that pec major, however, is a muscle called pec minor. It's deeper. It attaches right onto the ribs and, strangely enough, onto sort of the part of the very front of your shoulder blade. So it's a deeper muscle. And it's often the one that's responsible for really pulling us forward in that shoulder posturally. And these get shortened over time, doing postures where we're leaning forward. Desk work is one of the culprits. Driving, even as a massage therapist, I'm prone to that because I'm leaning forward. So these muscles can be impacted by those postures. Unlike the pec major that attaches into the arm and can be fairly easily stretched by moving the arm back behind us, the pec major is a little bit trickier. We need to get our arm up closer to the ear in this sort of position with a fairly straight spine so that we're not hunched, that our occiput, the back of our skull, is sort of being pressed a little bit gently back and then bringing the arm up. And then sometimes some counter pressure where we pull a little bit down is required to get a stretch there. Often if we're really tight, you'll feel a stretch immediately when you put your arm up. And if you're in a lying down position, when you put your arm up by your ear, you'll automatically get some help from gravity to pull the arm down a little bit. And that's a great passive stretch position. As we reviewed in the day 3 video on stretching guidelines, we want to get into a position where we feel a stretch, not pain, but the tissue stretching in the alignment of the stretch. And then we want to hold it for about 30 seconds and repeat it at least 3 times. And this would be on each side. If you're tighter on one side, you could do 4 or 5 repetitions on that side. If you're doing the wall or doorway stretch, those are excellent positions to stretch the pec minor, as I mentioned. Just make sure that if you're doing a doorway stretch across, that you're also raising your arm up to a couple of higher positions, including quite high up, and that will help to target the pec minor a little bit more. Another really important part, however, is thoracic mobility. We get often into a position where we're hunching a little bit forward. And that's partially due to these shortened pec muscles, but it's partially about the mobility in our thoracic spine, that part of our spine between our neck and our low back. One of the best ways to encourage more mobility there, and also to stretch the pecs in a little bit more of a passive way, meaning we're not forcefully or actively moving our muscles, we're lying in a position and they're being stretched as we lie there. Gravity is, again, our friend in this one. What we want to do is want to get something that we're lining up on our spine and we're lying on it, and I'll demonstrate. But one of the things you could use is just a bath towel rolled up. If you have something like a half roll here like this, I don't want the big thick roller though. If we're having to really arch back when we're lying on something, too many other muscles are going to be activating and taking away from the stretch. So we want to be in a position where we've got something pushing our spine forward while we're lying down, but that we aren't getting pushed too far forward. Just a fairly subtle pressure under our spine. This, if you're very, very tight, this even might be too much, and you would want to start with the towel. A pillow, something like a kind of half pillow sized throw pillow like this that's rectangular might also work well. These chest opening exercises are a great first step in helping to improve the alignment in your back and neck and improving your posture in general. Once you've mastered these, you may want to take a deeper dive into improving that even further. I recommend talking to your massage therapist, physiotherapist, osteopath, whatever practitioner you're already working with, and let them know that you want that to be a focus of your treatment and self-care plan. These exercises that I've shown you today are an excellent place to start. Give them a try and let me know how it goes.